most of them could not tell me off the top of their mind when was the last time they felt proud instead of feeling relieved. I've met people in the business, people in the coaching who drives multi-million-dollar companies, who run big teams, executive boardrooms, and yet most of them could not tell me off the top of their mind when was the last time they felt proud instead of feeling relieved. And before you ask the question, I'm not being sarcastic or even I'm not exaggerating. This is the reality. This is happening with people who drive organizations with few number of people as well as big teams. When we spoke about burnout, stress versus misalignment, burnout, if I had to give an example, it's like a battery which is down. You recharge it and you're ready to go again. With misalignment, it's not that easy. And what we're going to discuss today is that misalignment appears on 3 different stages. And it is really important to be aware, to be able to spot each and every stage. In the cases which I've been exposed to about misalignment, it appears in different spectrum. If I had to give a kind of metaphor, when you are going through a path, the misalignment is not about turning left or right. The misalignment is about drifting slowly till you find yourself in a road that you don't recognize anymore. Now let's go through the 3 different stages. Number 1, the mild misalignment. I call it the quiet unease. In reality, this stage, you can keep functioning, you're still motivated, you might even still enjoy a part of what you're doing. However, there is a quiet discomfort, a small one that appears but you're not able to locate. Just to give a metaphor, it's like, when you have smoke detectors in the house, but the battery is running low, you don't have the same alarm. So you have small signals. To an extent, you're not even able to link where is the smoke coming from, which room is it. And that feeling happens when you're on your private moments or when the week ends and then you're just really relieved that the weekend is here, or when you just finish a project and instead of being proud, you feel really relieved. Till the next one. Mild misalignment is easy to rationalize. You end up telling yourself, I'm just tired, or it's a busy season, or let's say everybody feels the same. But in reality, because it doesn't feel like a crisis, most of people leave it unattended. And here is what I want you to keep in mind. This is the trap. The most important with this stage is the early catch. If you identify it, the fix is an easy one. A conversation, an honest question asked at the right moment, or a boundary established at an early stage, and you're ready to go. Because at this stage, to get aligned, you don't need a reinvention, you just need attention. Now let's talk about the second stage, moderate misalignment. I call it the persistent friction. If stage 1 goes unanswered, it doesn't stay quiet. It graduates. Simply because now it's no longer once in a while, now it's frequent. Now it became a pattern. You are consistently drained by a work which used to motivate you. You end up counting for the weekend, for the holidays, for the next step. So it's always after the project, after this busy season, after this promotion. You don't realize, but your life becomes a waiting room. Moderate misalignment rarely announces itself as a misalignment. It appears hidden behind a mask, a motivation issue mask, or a performance dip mask, or a relationship friction. simply because what was an internal war start leaking into the outside behavior. And at this stage, leaders start appearing more of reactive, more of rigid, and I would say less present. And that can be explained not because they are tough or they are difficult or they are not easy to work with, simply because they are at an internal war with themselves. And that war starts appearing in the meeting rooms where they enter. Now let's talk about stage number 3, the chronic misalignment. I call it the disappearing self. If you remember the previous episode, I shared the story about a senior executive who was my friend, who was going through struggle. That was the stage 3. At this stage, the misalignment has been there for so long that it's a part of your life. You already build a routine around it. You already told yourself the story so often that you stop questioning. It's like when you hang a picture in the wall and you keep passing 1,000 times till you stop noticing. What makes this stage the most dangerous is like not you keep just functioning, you can still perform. You can still be respected. From outside, it's a success story. People are envying your situation. But from inside, there is an absence. There is a numbness. It's like you feel it. And there is a growing sense that you're no longer living your life, but you're performing it. You're on stage, you're acting. Chronic misalignment is where identity erodes. And if identity starts eroding, the realignment doesn't sound difficult. It sounds impossible. Not because it is difficult or it's impossible, simply because you lost the version of yourself who could start reinventing and knows from where to start. And what I want you now to think about, if there was anything which you relate or which reminds you of a situation, that's not a coincidence. And as we said, the earlier we start thinking or we start talking about it, the earlier we can address it. So leave in the comment at which stage you might be. 1, 2, or 3.